you're writing your goal on the front of the sticky note, and then on the back, you're writing why you gave yourself that goal. Class. Yeah, so you guys you're checking out, you're kind of, you're piloting the little flow chart, and you're going to give me feedback or decide if this works, right? Maybe after today or after we use it a few times, and we can always edit later. So would anybody like to share their goal? So listen, when we were making goals, I was walking around talking and discussing with some of you. We were looking at the feedback that we got from partners and also what we reread today, right? So I want to hear your goal of, like, your goal and why you chose that goal. So we're doing some self-reflection, okay? Does that make sense? Class.
Yes.
So you're pausing if you're still writing and things like that. You're going to pause because we need to help each other achieve our goals and be aware of, maybe, Declan needs help with that. I do too. Maybe we should pair up and help each other work on, the A action part 1, right? Or at least maybe needs help with transitions. But I'm really good with vocabulary. We would make really good partners for review, right? Because we both have strengths. So you really want to listen to your classmates and what they say so we can support each other and also pair up correctly or pair up in a way that's going to help each other. Does that make sense? Peanut butter and jelly. Okay?
What does it mean?
All right. Who would like to go first? Isaac, go ahead.
I had character.
Talk really, really loud.
I had character responses are purposeful and setting, and the reason why I gave that is because I got a 0.5 on the.
Okay. Can you think of anything in your story though that you would see why you got that?
For my setting, I think I need to add like more detail.
Okay.
Like,
And
instead
then-
of just putting where and put like.
It's sunny, it's raining. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so did you hear Isaac reflect on his setting?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good job. Thanks for sharing. Elise,
Um,
talk really, really loud.
My goal is action and why for the wordplay and the
Okay, so if you didn't hear her goal was under action, and it was under the part where it said show, don't tell, right? She needs to work on her word choice. And then Elise, why did you end up picking that? Do you want me to help you out? Am I allowed to share? Am I allowed to share, like, your goal setting sheet? Okay. So I think she actually had a peer rate her at a 0, and then I did 0.5, and she said I could share. So, and then she did a 1. So she kind of had some different scores in there when we were reviewing last week, and, or revising last week. And when I read her story, it's a great story, but when I read her story, she needed more show, don't tell. So sometimes she started to do like the summarizing mode versus giving a great visual for our brains, right? All of us can work on that. Even sometimes when I'm writing things, like I still need help with that. That is challenging. So don't get down on yourself if you're like, wow, I got a 0 on that or a 0.5 and I'm not happy about it. It's just something we have to keep practicing. Just like you do with a sport, you got to keep practicing it. And when you're reading your own books at library or bookmobile, that is also a great opportunity to be like, wow, this is a great example of show, don't tell. I could use that figurative language in my own writing or in my own narratives. Sai, you want to share?
I think I need to do my action because.
What part of action?
All of them.
Okay, all of action. Okay.
I got 0.5 on all of each one.
Okay. And then, do you have any like self-reflection on that within your own writing? Like, why do you think you got that?
I think I got it on my show don't tell. I think on my show don't tell, I kind of just like explained most of like the stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of going along with that summarizing. I'm glad you're kind of picking that up. So sometimes when we get into that explaining mode, when you go back and revise, that's a great time to maybe pick apart a few pieces and give a good show don't tell in descriptive phrases. Does that make sense? Or descriptive details? Thanks for sharing. Bentley?
I need to work on my writing.
Okay, handwriting. He chose some handwriting because it was hard for us to kind of read through a story and give him good revision. So I'm glad you're sharing that because sometimes our handwriting can be a barrier to understanding what we read, and we want to give you great feedback, right? Okay, thank you for sharing that. Jack? Wait, Jack, you already shared, right?
No.
You didn't share? Okay, sorry.
I need to work on more events on setting and more parts on action, part 1.
Okay.
I picked those because I need like more parts like it was a sunny day and birds were chirping on
Okay.
fly,
So
flying
like
through the sky, and also I need to organize action part 1.
okay. Who got a 1 in their setting? Anybody get a 1 in their setting? Okay, Serenity got a 1 in her setting. So that and Bentley got a 1 in a setting. So those are some peers. And Aubrey, yes, Aubrey was very detailed in her writing. So those are some people, if you are missing out on setting and you're maybe a little confused about it, those are some class leaders in setting that you could go talk to about that, right? Okay, anybody else? Let's do one more. Leah?
I need to work on action, like sequence of events.
Okay.
I got a 0.5.
Okay, and why do you think you got that? What kind of like, what evidence is there from your story?
Because I kind of was just like more going to that event to like kind of go into the next event.
Oh, so you kind of were listing a little bit, and we need kind of the phrases in between. Okay, great. I love all of your self-reflection. So here's what's going to happen.